what's going on, everybody? As you can see, we got the car back. I've been driving around now for the past week or so on the break-in oil. Living Oils gave strict instructions that for the first 300-400 miles, you got to drive the car around easy. You know, you can't really get much over 3,500 RPM, and just drive it easy. You can tap into boost every once in a while if you want to, but really, you got to drive it easy for the first 300-400 miles. Now, we're about to do an oil change. I have some oil to put in it, but I just haven't gotten to it yet because I've been busy with my day job and I've been hitting it hard. So, the first chance I get, I'm going to get this car over to the shop and get the oil changed. Now, one thing that I've noticed about this engine is that it doesn't sound like a stock engine. It sounds very different. I can't explain it, but over the years, I've had a lot of engines with forged pistons in them. I'll show you a couple of them here. I got a 351 here, a 408 also, and here's an old 302 that I had in one of my cars that had pop-up pistons in it, but they were all forged, and they all had a distinct sound to them as well. But this one, having forged pistons in it, and the aluminum block sounds a little different. So I'm going to try to show you guys what that's all about. And yeah, I mean, just look around here. I mean, this is the temporary place that we're staying at. This is very close to Fort Myers Beach, and these places are basically for snowbirds. People in the wintertime, they come down here and they rent these places here. They're basically, winter rentals for the snowbirds. And but right now, there's nobody here. It's basically vacant. It's like a ghost town a little bit. But they're furnished and all of that, and you can come here and rent one of these in the summer for pretty cheap. So that's pretty much why we're here. See back there? See my Ford Escape? That car's got a lot of battle scars on it, but she's been servicing me well. A couple days ago, it needed front wheel bearings, so we're going to be keeping that one for a while. Yeah, so let's listen to this engine. Let's listen to it. I hope the camera picks it up so that you guys can see it, because personally, I think it sounds very different. Let's check this out. All right, everybody. So here it is. Here's the motor, and we're going to do a cold start. This engine has a different sound to it because it's got the forged pistons in it, and you really hear it when it's cold. And as soon as it warms up, it kind of goes away. It's not a bad noise. It's just a forged piston noise. Now, it's not exactly cold if you look. It's 94 degrees. That's pretty much about the temperature here. It's mid-May here in Florida. Our cold starts usually, you can see the body of the car. It's 99 degrees, but the car hasn't been run yet. So I'm going to start it up and see if I can pick this up on the phone and see if you guys can hear what this engine sounds like. All right, so now that she's running, let's go around, see if you can pick it up. I don't know if the phone is picking that up, but I hear a different sounding engine. On this side, you can hear the injector snapping a little bit. But after it warms up, it has a very different sound to it. So I'm just going to let it run, and then we'll start it up again. Which sounds pretty good. Still got the break-in oil in it. She does sound good, man. We're going to let her warm up for a few minutes, and then we're going to go in and see what it sounds like. Okay, so she's just about up to temperature here. You can see cylinder head temps at 197. Generally, they run about 205, 209 with the 180 degree thermostat. You can see temperature gauge showing normal. So she's just about warmed up. So let's go around and see what it sounds like. I think it sounds different. See, at this point, this engine to me sounds like my Gen 1 Coyote. Very tight. All you hear is the injector snapping. The only thing I hear on this side is the high pressure fuel pump. And it's relatively quiet. I've heard other Gen 3s that actually the fuel pumps are making a ticking noise, but this one's pretty quiet. Yeah, so she sounded pretty good, guys. What do you think? You think it sounds any different on a cold, from cold to full warm up? see. Not totally up to temperature, but I would say that the oil is probably up to temperature right now. But I will say, she sounds good. Next move is to get the break-in oil out and get some 5W50 in it and see what happens. All right, well, there it is. The engine's in the car. She's sounding good. And, you know, I'm just hoping that this thing holds up. From what I understand, a lot of people are commenting on the channel, watching this engine to see if it develops the typewriter tick. Because I don't have a sleeved engine. This is a plasma bore engine. And, you know, who knows with the typewriter tick on some of the Gen 3s. Is it the plasma bore, or is it the pistons, or whatever? I mean, we really don't know. I can tell you in my case, we all know that I blew a piston. I broke a piston in my stock engine. So I suspect that the typewriter tick is probably related to the pistons. But who knows? I mean, that's just a guess on my part. But this car is done as far as this is concerned. I got a lot of plans going forward, possibly a retune. Maybe we're going to pulley it down, put a bigger throttle body on it, and try to make some power. First, we're going to focus on how much I can make on 93, and then probably do something with the 85 down the road. So stay tuned, there's more to come. And my other build is coming along pretty good. I'm going to bring you over there. Let me show you that. All right, everybody, you can see behind me, the house is just about done. But it's not 100%, so I'm really not going to show you too much about what's going on in there. But there was one little issue that I want to show you. Let's take a look. So guys, things don't always go the way you want them to. Here we go into the little guest suite that we have in the front of the house here, right? And look at what we have. We have an issue under the little sink here. See that right there? Okay, there was a leak. Okay, they found it, and then when they come around to this part of the room, look what we have. They had to cut out the sheetrock and make some repairs because the water leaked in here. Apparently the carpet guys came in here and tried to put carpet down, and they discovered the water, and they found the leak. Not uncommon to have this. I've been in construction all my life. You know, it's not the first time I've seen it. It won't be the first, and it won't be the last. It's the way it goes sometimes. And another thing I want to show you is they did the site work. Check this out. This is really cool. All right, everybody, you can see the lanai floor has been put down. It's the same pavers that they use on the driveway. And take a look at this. They cut down, they graded the back, the grass is down, and we can see our view. And this is really cool, guys. I mean, this is the reason why this piece of property was so important to me. But if you look close, take a look. I don't know if you can see it through the screen, but our little friend is back. You see him out there? There he is. The alligator. Boy, he's a happy camper back here. He's got the whole place to himself. He's got his own little sanctuary back here. What a life. Well, there it is, guys. My other build is almost done. The build with the car is done. We got a lot to look forward to with that. And within another couple of weeks, this house should be ready, and we should be moving in. So, yeah, so I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Man, this guy's got a nice little gig. He seems to like this little spot right here. He hangs out right here, over there, right here in our backyard. And there he is. That alligator probably is a good 4 feet right now. Look at him, man. Nice to have pet alligators in your backyard.